Hi and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. So I'm actually wearing what is my last menstrual refashion, well, one of two actually, and by that I mean I made two versions of this style. And the reason for that is when I made this one in particular, I skipped out on the tutorial, so for the sake of this video I made another. Before we jump in, I just want to point out that these tassels I actually had on hand. I have no idea where I got them from, nor could I find them anywhere. So for this tutorial I DIY'd a pair, which was actually my last video. I'll link that below. I'll also place a link for these embroidered patches along with the ones I used in this tutorial. So with that said, let's get started. First, remove the pocket, collar, and the button plackets. Try to cut as close to the plackets as possible. Afterwards, turn the shirt on the wrong side, then fold it in half with the raw edges together. From the neck, leave an opening approximately 7 to 8 inches, then pin and close the rest of the center front seam ½ inch from the edge. For the neck, first lower the neckline by removing approximately 1 inch from the center front and tapering it off at the shoulders. To ensure the neckline is symmetrical, use the scrap from one side as a guide to cut the other. Now fold under the sides of the opening to form a V. When you do so, you should have a point where the split meets the neck. Once you're happy with it, iron the folds to form a crease. Before finishing the neck, quickly shift your focus to the hem. You'll see why later. Turn the hem up to your desired length and pin, then iron the fold as well. Afterwards, trim the hem leaving a ½ inch allowance, then turn it under twice and finish with a straight stitch. To finish the split neck, start by removing the pins, then cut away the excess, leaving a ½ inch allowance. Cut a slit in the center front seam a little below the neck. Now turn the neck allowance under twice and sew. To finish the rest of the neck, begin by measuring it. Using the remnants from the hem, cut a 2-inch strip the same measurement including allowance. With the right sides facing, pin the strip to the neck starting an inch or so from the edge. Afterwards, clip the seam allowance to allow the neck to lay flat. Now fold the ends of the strip inwards, then the width under twice, and finish with a straight stitch. Using the tweezers, insert the knotted end of the tassels into the open end of the strip, then secure with a straight stitch. Before sewing, check that they're the same length. First, thread your needle with the embroidery thread, leaving one end much longer than the other. Make a couple knots on the longer end. Starting at the center of the V, bring the needle up from the wrong side so the knot is hidden. Now place one hand under a side of the neck holding the end of the thread, then with your other hand angle the needle towards you. To complete the stitch, bring the needle through the back and out from under the neck. When you do so, make sure the needle is above the end of the thread. If not, this will happen. If it does, simply bring the needle up from under the thread to complete the stitch. Continue doing this for each stitch until you get back to the center of the V. That's really all there is to it. The rest is gauging the spacing and height of the stitches. And for the height, I use the neck seam as a guide. Once you get back to the center, bring the needle back on the wrong side next to the starting point, then cut the thread and make a few knots to secure it in place. Start by removing the cuffs, then press. Leaving the plackets open, turn the raw edges under twice and sew. Using the ribbon as a casing for the elastic, turn the shirt inside out, then fold one end of the ribbon under and pin above the sleeve placket. Pin the ribbon around the entire circumference of the sleeve. Sew all the way around both sides of the ribbon. Afterwards, take your elastic with a small safety pin attached to one end and feed it through the casing. Completely fit the sleeve, then cut and overlap the ends of the elastic, securing them with a zigzag stitch. Lay the sleeve out on a flat surface, then position the patch however you like, making a note of it for the other side. Place a piece of cloth over the patch, then with your iron on the highest setting your fabric and handle, and steam turned off, press in sections for 15 seconds. Check to see if the patch is fixed by trying to lift it with your finger. If it lifts, iron again for a few more seconds and let it cool. Now enjoy your handiwork. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment below and tell me which is your favorite.